Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Home of Politics. Continue subscribing, sharing, liking, and if you are here for the first time, please consider subscribing to my channel so that we can grow together as a family. My good people, concerning the fire accident that occurred in EMBAKASI, Nairobi, because of the explosion of the gas that has been a business because of a company that decided to reside in the residential areas, then it was a very bad thing because it have been now known that the company has been operating illegally because it had no licenses. It had been stopped for a while, but it have been operating in an illegal way because for a very long period of time they do not operate during the day because they fear being arrested, but during the night time, this is when this business have been occurring, and we feel so sorry for these families that have endured the pain. For those who have lost their families, condolences. Please, quick recovery to those who are nursing their injuries. My good people, according to how the occurrence has turned out and how the response has been, it is now true that Nairobi County government has not put in place enough measures to control fire incidents. Maybe if we can overlook into it, because it was last year when we were hearing about the issue of the El Nino mitigation funds, whereby the government was so firm and had planned a lot for this issue. They were expecting big rains and blocking the drainages, and they had employed a lot of youths who were helping in this issue. And so when they responded to the issue of El Nino, although we did not have so much rain for a very long period, but it just showed they are giving priority to other things and they are forgetting other risks that can come out in this life. For instance, fire outbreak is not a new thing to occur in Nairobi County. In so many years, we have been having the fire accidents in these markets like Gikomba. We also had in this region called Kibera, whereby due to congestion and businesses and everything that is there causing the fire to start, so many people have been losing their lives. We also hear fire exploded, maybe because somebody is using electricity that is dangerous, has not been connected very well from the source to these consumers. And so there are so many things that have been causing the fire outbreak in Nairobi and in Kenya at large, but the measures that have been taken to curb or to control this accident is what is a problem right now. This issue of Embakasi fire accident has become now a political issue because we see the leaders from opposition are airing out their ideas. Those from the government are giving out their opinions. But the truth be told, these people need to be compensated and being given a place to settle at least for a while, because these people have lost their settlement, their documents. People are nursing the injuries. They cannot go to the jobs to provide for their families. And so the government should look deeply into it. According to how these different leaders are speaking, especially are focused with the opposition leader, we had the senator, the leader of opposition, this Raila Amolo Odinga. We also had the area MP of Embakasi. This one is Babu Owino, among so many other leaders, have given their opinions on how they can help. Some of them have given the donations, and we're expecting more to have being helped, especially from the government and other well-wishers. Listen to what they are saying.
Baba, kuna wale wanazembea kazini, lakini kitu kikubwa zaidi ndani ya serikali ya Kenya Kwanza ni ufisadi. Ni ufisadi ambao unapelekea kwamba mtu anaweza weka mradi kama huu nje ya nyumba za wananchi mahali wanaishi, alafu mtu anajifanya haoni hii mradi. Ni kwa sababu macho yake imefungwa na nini? Pesa. Hiyo ndio ukweli wa mambo. Kwa hivyo mimi nataka niseme mambo mawili. Kitu cha kwanza, kama seneta wenu, tayari tumeandika barua kwa wana EPRA, kwa sababu EPRA ambao wanaongezwa na bwana Kipto wako na pesa ya kufanya enforcement na inspection ya miradi kama hii. Kama kweli huyu jamaa hakuwa na leseni, inawezekanaje kwamba EPRA wasijue, governor asijue, chief asijue, polisi wasijue? Haiwezekani. Tunataka wiki ijayo waje mbele ya bunge huyo bwana Kiptoo atuambie ni kwa nini alikubali mradi huu kuendelea wakati ambapo anahatarisha maisha ya wananchi. Mnakubaliana na hiyo? Namba 2, wewe Governor Sakaja, wewe ndio unapeana leseni kwa biashara zote Kenya, kuanzia kwa mtu wa smoky mpaka kwa kampuni ya baba ile inatengeneza mitungi. Sasa leo utatuambia watu wako walikuwa wapi, kama sio kila siku kungangana na watu wa smoky, kungangana watu ya mayai, kungangana na watu ya ndizi, kungangana na wananchi wakipiga starehe yao. Hiyo ndio kazi mlichagua Sakaja kufanya? Mwambie shame on you. Shame on you. Na kitu kinanivunja roho zaidi, jana wale watu ambao wameenda kujisitiri ama kujificha pale kwa social hall, ati Kanjo inakuja na waambia watoke waende wapi? Kama hamungekuwa melalia masikio na kukula rushwa, hao watu hawangekuwa nakoza makazi leo, si ndio? Kwa hivyo mimi kama seneta wetu nataka niwaambie kitu kimoja. Serikali ya UDA ni serikali ya UDA. Iwe ya kitaifa, iwe ya county, hawana utu. Hawana utu kabisa. Wewe nifikiria unakuja kutoa mama kwa social hall, alafu unawaambia wachukue ati shilingi 10,000 waende wapi usiku? Na mtu wako na watoto. Tunataka tuwe na viongozi wenye utu ambao wanaweza kuangalia mtu na jicho la huruma. Hapana kufukuza mama na watoto usiku, si ndio? Kwa hivyo mimi nataka kuwaambia, wakati ambapo tutapata fursa nyingine ya kuchaguana hapa Nairobi, kama mtu si mtu ya ODM, kama mtu si mtu ya ODM asikuje kutuambia ati yeye ni rafiki ya baba. Hapana. Hati sijui ni ndugu ya Sifuna. Hakuna ndugu yangu kutoka wapi. Tunataka viongozi wenye utu ndani ya kaunti ya Nairobi, si ndio? Mheshimiwa Raila Odinga, mimi nikushukuru kwa niaba ya watu wa mradi, ulitupatia shilingi milioni 1. Nishukuru Babu Owino, ulitupatia shilingi milioni 1. Mimi natangaza hapa baba, wabunge wako baba wametoa shilingi 800 members of parliament wa ODM wamepatia Babu Owino. Kwa hivyo tumefikisha zaidi ya shilingi milioni 3 kwa ajili ya waathiriwa wa pale huu mkasa. Alafu mwingine anakuja kutuambia na ako na pesa yetu ya disaster. Mtu amechukua pesa ya disaster anatuambia tuchukue shilingi 10,000. Sakaja, mimi nataka kukurudishia wewe hiyo pesa ambayo ulitoa. Hiyo 280,000. Hiyo pesa Governor Sakaja, ofisi yangu iko KICC. That 280,000 shillings unataka kufunga nayo watu wa mradi macho, kuja kwa ofisi yangu nitakutumia hata kwa simu. Hiyo inatosha hata kwa M-Pesa. Asante sana, Mungu awabariki.
Sasa tunataka turudishie baba na
My good people, from what the leaders are just saying, it is true that at least some measures should be put in place. And so what we should ask ourselves here is Nairobi County government able, or what measures have they taken at least to lay out the measures to control occurrences of this accident, or just in case it occurs, how are they going to handle it? For example, some of the people have been interviewed who were at that accident, and some of them were giving out very sad stories of how they managed to survive the accident and they were rushed to the hospital. Some of them were even unconscious, they could not run, and there was no even car to save them. Some of them were crawling, fainted, they lost their consciousness until a certain time when well-wishers were picking them to the hospital. Yet we could have some vehicles maybe from the county government or the Red Cross Society or even the firefighters themselves coming through immediately after they have been informed that there is an accident. But these people delayed so much to reach there, and this shows that even managing the scene itself and the activities was poorly managed, because some of these people died on the way when they were escaping the fire. If the machinery and the officials who can save these people could come into these incidents very, very early, it means that they could have been helped. We don't say that it could be stopped, but at least to control the situation could be very important. Just imagine the firefighters or the fire brigade or these Red Cross fellas who who have specialized in handling risk and emergencies like those ones. They are coming towards in the morning and the fire exploded at 11 p.m. in the night. And so we see the delays and lack of prioritizing other things. It is what has costed us this much. And so the biggest question is that what capacity of Nairobi County government have for the fire disaster mitigation and preparedness? So far so good. How is this government ready for any of the disaster management? How are they ready, maybe just in case anything like that can occur again? How are these leaders or this government, not even Nairobi County alone, even the national government, how can they control such like an accident if it can bad luck occur again? And what capacity of deficiencies exist in the county government with regard to fire disaster and mitigation preparedness? It is clear that they have their own efficiencies and deficiencies. For example, maybe in the side of deficiencies, we see they can lack enough officials, they can lack good machineries, or adequate trained personnel who can go and handle the emergency. Stock of the vehicles also to transport these people to the hospital. Those are some of the weaknesses that our government is having. And the last question may be if we can really see if our government is really prepared. What measure can be recommended for the county government to enhance fire disaster mitigation and preparedness in the city and other urban areas? Because the growing population, it is one of the dangers that is bringing out fire outbreaks because of explosion. Maybe the other causes can come out, maybe because of burning litters anyhow, throwing cigarette that is still glowing can cause fire, because these people in urban areas, they are very congested, not like in the up countries. So how is our government prepared maybe to handle such like a case? Because we do not want any time soon to lose our people just because the county or the national government has not yet prepared very adequately in order to do what? To save the people. The first thing we see, maybe the inefficiencies or the problems that were seen, it lacks effective disaster mitigation and preparedness. It is not well prepared, although maybe there's such a program of the firefighters, but it is not effective because there is a time consuming whenever they have received the report, before these officials, before these machineries have been released from their place and the fire brigades to come and control the scene. It takes a long of time, and see people are being injured on the process, others losing their lives. We also see that the disaster response and disaster recovery system, we can see also the response was very slow because maybe the fire exploded at 11 p.m. at night, but it is being discovered later in the morning that there had been an accident that occurred. And so the response was very poor because of maybe lack of officials, lack of enough personnel, lack of enough machineries and other people who can fit into that sector so that it can save life. And the last thing, the disaster response activities have been poorly managed. So for instance, from the accident scene to the hospital, the mode of transportation in between there was just survival for the fittest, because some of these people could run with injuries, some of them could be carried by volunteers. These are the motorists who were cycling along that road who took them to the hospital. But sincerely speaking, if these people could be asked, even they don't know how they could have managed to reach the hospital because they did not see even a government vehicle coming to rescue them. And so whenever we see these politicians, especially from the opposition side, are really louding their voice because of the fire accident, it is very clear that our government has not put into place enough measures to control disasters like that one of fire outbreak. And for us, it is very bad because we see fire or an accident cannot tell when to come, and important for our government at least to prepare everything very well, because you never know what can happen. For instance, if you have only one fire brigade station in one town, one only, before it reaches the scene or the place that accident has occurred, it has consumed time, it has delayed, and that one leads to destruction of property, loss of life, injuries, among other damages. I don't know if you agree with these opposition leaders, because so far so good. They have contributed more than 3 million shillings at least to accommodate these fellas who have been injured, and up to now the government itself is just silent. We have not heard these people talking anything to do with this issue of the Embakasi fire accident. What is your idea about this? Send me your ideas in the comment section. Thank you for watching.